Because see one man down.
Eddie.
We are, but I will be who could dream will give we more. Okay, my main voice.
Board.
Somewhere they can be my hair. You won't only be old DK. My name is teacher Jumeiradi. Kunyaka, Mediashan, son, who be SHS. It's SHS when I'm here now, DK. Now we SHS now, Chipiano, Sanya admission to nursing training. But then I'm not a woman in Charlie. I invested in this girl, thinking so. That should be up a worry, shake your level 100, level 200, level 300. Charlie enough more. Sometimes they make me cry and I make them gay. I forget you school, but catch them say, oh, man, you make the class, name, DK. It's so painful. Name the house, I mean, who they mean, imagine is I'm sick of your own. In your man in Kada, DK. Say, Papa, in your share, trust me, one in your share. I can't invest like 10 years of my life to take care of you, and then you pay me back with this.
Papa, hey, and Jack, Unipan and Yabrio.
The Niabre also on German in Kata.
Hey, I know a day. I will, Papa, Sashim, we know, Enya sem foforo, idea Tessie, and say, Obiso abo be who car for Bana Trinity, Obebiso abo bema be who car, Obema na Trinity, Scaban in Semino, on Vanania, as we used to know, but Trinity condemn. Something we DBIC, I don't think it's the first time you will take a crown buzy at it and say maybe there was a funny audio be a guy be also say, hey, Nana, me a mukumi who. See that both young and old, all these things, we hear them for the most part. Obi ho a taxi driver or sorry how much be 4 a.m. No sim and town na do pizza or na circle or boy bu cramp I thought I call unyebi. I thought so na unya kakra na or the hwe obi ba. So what dey say oba bi ho nso a ono ni sika kakra wenya no. No titima be maybe in the hope say be adachi be man no any ne be worry. This case in India is so common, like it's so common in our communities and then even among ourselves as friends in the TTB DBA. Now, should I invest in someone before I build myself? Question be as I said, pension for so my dream chireba. Should you listening to me or should you watching us invest in someone before you build yourself? And then the question and that platform is because you need to be your film and board, you know, or film. I know that by now, baby, so be one woman down. Just as it is. What have we did when you could drone or wait me a catch up? But there are so many people out there who are even shy to come and tell people about some of these circumstances that they may be going through. Because the work are air ferry, ones are all and you catch and say jai. And TSC of ferry crass or wako bo enough for and an abusian for amani. Any kind and share a couple of scenarios. What we or a teacher ni also girl be our nursing training.
Nursing training.
So when you're nursing training, I say girl nature more. And you're type in Nibia.
There be
consider Bena a issue. Some of these young men or some of these young ladies will continue to battle.
I mean, question it a very difficult question because relationship fundamental truth in say relationship requires sacrifice. Say say a warrior, say a heterosexual relationship and now say even say a same sex relationship a give and take. Ba could be give BB, ba could be my BB, ba could be sacrifice there a relationship be and I did back question say circumstances change and rest time as a and then you pediana crowns as a son. Ain't it be and then where shall go be and then where shall be maybe the ideology now one and antino. At that time, you know, it's all about love and you guys are wanting to marry in the future. What I say? But a baby as no. Na saa circumstance na say that moment no asesa. Nti asesa our dreams ni na no entimi mbam. So
we dey mean no sa dey we dey na ne can ding because there are so many circumstances that can surround this particular issue no obia dey entimi nyepe because to say what down for you ya boy ya na yeti nka me dey me hu ni semfo so bia wo hu say e bi oba bi ni bi na o hwe no na oba no so nya baby esi because mo no but empempi no you need to share one thing unmet expectations or unrealistic expectations you need kind the home come I know there are other scenarios I per se the home come but let's first start with unmet expectations or unrealistic expectations wadan fu di so ohwemu ye pa me atem ya pese mbuza mo say ahyase na ohwe girl no o man girl ne ti ase say ohwe ne say that be owie school no ma ba be ware atena na say ohwe ne because when say it's just some sort of like benevolent act being a oya ma girl no he's not going to expect anything in return because at the about kwame when he say some of these situations especially from the side of men obu oha oye but on shedan kan yituemu enchire oba no oba so ni say bia wo homobro bi na wo hu na wo de hwe no the later no now wo expect bi from oba no so wan ka bibia antre so let's look at that unmet expectation or probably maybe we will say unrealistic expectation we won't cash it but you are just hoping that the person really understands from the acts and the actions that you are putting into whatever thing that you are doing, you know.
And can you bond it? Say be a who be now movie. You know, the talk is not about say who be a stingy a movie. But question is say I hear and I was so giving. Say yes, relationship is a sacrifice. I hear and I was so giving. How much are you supposed to sacrifice and how much are you supposed to give? And at what point? And I was say ultimate I say okay, I have invested enough into enough is enough. My mention why I say into no I was say yede psychologist researcher nkofo adomusuko about a mema ene a man who enkitahudie relationship any sacrifices any near findings no near timid to sa case we ho near me give an informed opinions. So I'm going to say
yeah. Me know ya dream pana proud to this conversation me so many young boys bebre edidi nkomo bebre na say na make robu aya offer so babeka bibi aye ka wan say bia we have the permission to actually talk about so we are not going to mention names but we have the permission to talk about it now.
Yes.
Kwabena me wo guy be there e wo han me say na ono ne there no is quite I mean na boys na no machia and I'm na e bi ho asem na I mean share one or two things be na in the home komo because I find it to be very fascinating. Boys need to be funny but I say omo me can ya kan kire wa unyi di ya ma and music senior man bia ono ebi oye taxi driver obi oye ebi amazing oye because these are conversations I've had with people amazing taxi driver obi oye security obi okro ya aboga ano wa brochiri this kind of comma girl no so what is the question is yes hanye mani nyina yes kosi aje 100 cedis the 200 cedis the $2,000 you say yes hanye mani nyina no wo be man na yes and answer wo oba na yes no are you sure the person has really promised you say obewaro because if for be a university student any example be a mason any example unko obu okro unko hu oba na busuafo obu unko hu be man na busuafo it's just friends who know them and you keep spending on the person. My question is say oba na say be man we are sure say wa promise so say obewaro and these are facts that I've gathered from my conversation with others. We are sure say nipa no obewaro and at what point ana no you will be bold enough to ask the person or tell the person say Charlie I knew we are me yama unyina me no dachi say me wa arrange na me yama no enti ma me hu adwen o pe say dachi ye ntina mbo mu na say Ti Pabna Hono, intimate breaking it down Kakrama because as a microphone or move who no be so air kicker. What I said, but give you a baboon chop.
Yeah. A very laudable question. But my main fact, the researchers are omoye hwehwemu ewo such type of scenarios, and I said the African wasam and to nearfa and to your talk no how to make a decision on that instance.
Only a very important pana a telephonia response.
Yeah.
Me who say at the end is backed by research.
Yeah. And I don't know who phone kwan so there ubitima Google for psychologist friend Carol ne researcher why about investment model. What type of Google investment model ubitima data no now so what kind na that two scenario so with the same scenario mu so no what to hofu. The tintin more research man said they followed so many couples for so many years. In Zambia, our for from different cultures, different tribes, different races, couples. Into the way say they set a camera to on the couples. They were mudim come offer, they were more ebia more before, they were more resolve conflict. No more etimi a building model a bit me determine say and go for a relationship no. Ebe jina na engina ana aware we no ebe gu ana engu question na no mo ebisa se e de na bema emplatwe ana se o pese wo ware obi e de na bema na jina no mo hwehwe mu no omu se the more obe ye sacrifice the more obe invest e obi mu no the more committed you become internet akosia 50 Ghana ene ompabo asai je koto ene o ma me yare question yare ene uni TV je utia obi school fees utia hostel fees we say the more we give you the more we committed.
Okay, you be one say the more you invest the more bongo because on kwa kudim.
Yeah, kwa kudim a research ni say who be kokodim sa you keep on investing because you want to stay committed.
Asemo.
Yeah.
I saw don't sako to abrewa aduane.
Yeah, it's like so we try better na lotto. As we try lotto na udi and amboya mawa because if you was spend about 1,000 Ghana cedis our betting. So it won't person we see na bet for a dune. One person be share. So what do? Natural instinct. Ube cause we trasa in the hope. Say obey the one day ube winning. That is the same concept that it applies to relationship. So what I say?
Yeah.
One question is na ni jim ho ano mo bisa say e dey na ma relationship bigina no. Omo hwe na omo commit to conclusion say enema miensa enema relationship eden ejina. Ade ba ko edikan say one enipa mienu no omo relationship no omo ni je. Two, ahe ena nipa mienu no I invested. Oba ne bema na ahe no ma invested. Ena three, ujidi say another alternative oh baby when you beji ho ana. So that question because why invest or be more no when you na we school no question ba ko a twa to ni bisa say ujidi say alternative go ho a ebe mo ani age mo ana. Of course said ne taxi driver ya na teacher ni twa school visa or china unya minister say minister be better opportunity.
Yeah, I mean wow. So from what you are saying, are you trying to say that money does not really create commitment?
Debbie, I know it's to hear. It's a painful truth to hear say sika sika ya de nyina. Sika a bit may reduce stress. Tia ya sika bit ma amakoto coding, museum to coding ba para na opioid biano. O yarea sika beboa. Uniska and I say obi ma sika ko tua school fees a bit me agye wadwendwen afiu so. Ukotwe exams uniska o boyfriend ma sika wani agye bronya ba ope iPhone o boyfriend to be mawa I didn't see wani agye so sika ye nyama bebre but to me for so be set tinchina try because say what PM school fees then tino men ware so I no and ntina obu o ha so empatry bi go oba ntimi ka say na papa ba kwa oye ma me wo de be ka manum bibia ne ana de ka manum papa ba kwa to ma me enti no me ma ware wa na yeah but what amount research nature say it doesn't necessarily force the person say me ware there be.
Wow. Then kwabna idea we know on say common aid is predominantly around or more impenetrable when cheddar and our for per se, but from what you are saying, so even our for at a certain stage, some of them can also go through this similar scenario. Now, kakra means so maybe come home, oh yeah, no say be auto be more be we see maybe you think because you are doing that the person will like you or love you. One thing I be brilliant, yeah, drink time question, especially MM, we fall victim to those kind of things. Once oh ha or baby or baby to me no aduane de breno or baby to me baby sisi or baba no aduane de mano, all those kind of things no. Until oh ban oh yes ano. Oh, the only say, oh yeah, na be a bra kwesi and bra kwam don't say oh no yeah marriage material. But bra kwam is only say oh yeah at the one because you feel like he's incapacitated to do that. So doing that to help him. Yeah. Bra kwesi so no or get go krokesi now one day oh have him. Yeah. That bra kwesi wa yeah man so the share or share the mo waja. What do you say? Ha, similar thing. Bema bizo on say oh sorry 5 minutes be or baby testing or testing and also testing it back.
Yeah.
Or friendly be always available. He's always available to help her. He's always available to speak on the phone with her. With mini need now course by 5 hours.
Yeah.
The more always I mean from psychological research now they buy it.
Yeah.
Mami will say and yes I will tell them will be in quantum the more you be encounter often no only needing come even on the phone or testing the person whilst the two of you are not even married or in a relationship, psychologically or emotionally, only pana common who develop baby man. Baby, sabi be man no freak girl ni no or boy be but if you feel low vibe, intina de be a person new common.
Right.
Or person or no testing. Now one day, ubu mo na be che was say me boy new and I say me fiance. What dream in baby because oh no team be one country again is open. You are using your actions and the are open. And no dear me who is all yes any dear who be and it's going on. It's going to us boys. Say girl and your girl no and I know you can't be on the phone 24/7 with her like ma na. What I say, my brand and kakra. Especially when you are not in the year with the person. Now, sisters no say man on being and non can't say be me power. You cannot be functioning as a wife. You cannot be doing when you know say oh man all the green light, but and I no when you're free bone to be one count enjoy.
But question be say the more banning wedding, the more seen in Yama, the more iron in Yama. If you're more university, or Casio calculator, 50 Ghana, no quarter, Valentine's Day, no quarter necklace, very expensive one, no that to comb, Mother's Day, no quarter, a whole lot of flowers and stuff. Why you never win now? A Diana guy now, or to turn your mama girl, a dear no Lucy, Anna. Girl na one aduane bebre kunu homa boy e die nso na girl so o Lucy.
Wow, I idea. There's a question we mood pound. Oh no aduane man the pan then I will Lucy also shower the lady with the kids and then I will Lucy. Kwesi kokwa na kwesi broni Friday be opportunity cost. So we options. So your input in terms of your resources now udi shim no. O check here returns in the technical sana question metias here. or university or grad school or bano. Let's be specific, let's be very specific. Se ma worry obi na se me boka ahwe na ma hyede se me ye. Se oba so ne be ma te na oba ne nsem ye na o ma worry. The key word is o ma worry. Na e bia no ho ahwere na oboa be ma na gina bia sia. There's nothing wrong because here you can opportunity cost. Now the risk that the spouse will be taking to take care of the husband or the wife, and they say a year more because now the two has become one. So as I say, they have a common purpose. But or more train plan. There is no guarantee so mobile worry and also more worry. And case scenario now will make you the opportunity cost over here, no. Say me kind of woman partner, you are sitting on a time bomb. Because again, how can you tell whether the other ladies also doing the same thing for him? Maybe I would you're very good at making a punching.
Yeah.
Days about the days that you are not coming there, no.
Yeah.
You know who is also cooking jollof rice and that's all what they bring. So what you say? No, mediane here. Ebi so ba oko extra than edian extra in the menka. But oko extra than edian. Sa extra no oko ini nti no. Aba ya mensa any gin ho more. Regardless say oko na obo ya mensa ho ka more. What to do them ekloduno eye bibia man but oba fro bi ba ono ko extra ma. Ebi asa extra man no so ko bio. But sa oba no eko ni ye chen. So the opportunity cost here is that you are just sitting on a time bomb and the kind of investment now returns is most likely say it will be impossible send especially when wires are for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Ain't me share that NBA na non control say akusha many was on when him say Nyawo nyina no say na o pa kire. So nyawo green light no. But when you are the 4 day, also you keep on doing it. Like I said, he might be getting it from another place. Maybe way better than old dear no. Now I know so opportunity cost again it comes in because your expectations in terms of the investment that you are making, there is no guarantee. Where come na men can say me say who person who say nipa ni papa on unhia 1 year na 2 years o. There are subaya esenyin se untimi mfense obitimi show. You the lady doing all those things, you are a girlfriend, not even a girlfriend, you are just a friend. You are performing the duties of a wife. You are performing the duties of a girlfriend. Oban dem mention we did what they make if the two of you are that one they are more massive. But yes, any money no. Be money ntimi be na no kan hwema no. Dwinhu mienu ne miensa. So the more years you are spending with him and he not making the move. Boka. Na be man so a ono so yes we me come be man on worry ye. If you cry school papa no mama na hwe. Papa no mama sika no de manu bi na wo de more ba. And for young ones, we are not saying that don't help someone. But the question is, can you comfortably help someone? So what I say, a honuna ehia panobua or send a bear or bar no bed done more. Yedi can say Sikano doesn't guarantee that. Yamana we na or bano, soon be one non country and say open. You are just assuming that me man is cano, me to bags man of Vows day about me to flowers man, me to chocolate man, me didn't be out for Kimpiski near the other. Boys no crowd, Nika, so walk or rent a car. Week near you do a boys, you correctly go about so more the or to get the lady to come along. Now say won't mean be when one country and say obey me pel. I'm obano so anti as and also you are sitting on a time bomb, it can explode anytime. Say obetimi aboa nipa no comfortably. The key word is comfortably. Now say how that one you don't have anything to lose. Me know hire maker say adwuma me ye okay kakra. me hu abaye bi me hu so potential no maybe am enkan kire ne se me pe no so me say oni boy me am me bo an kakran meaning say me pe no na so wan tie ase kwa na me okay at least I've been able to let her reach her potential. That's you be na baby abomidimpa and no maybe because say man pe no one number two I knew I could afford to help the person and coming. That one I don't mind. But in expectation of something, there is no guarantee. Honestly, there is no guarantee, especially when you don't have the grounding. You can never outgive yourself. The level at which you can give to someone depends on how much investment you've done to yourself. And into only 100 cities are osine now come be 100 cities. Only $1,000 say now come be $1,000. That is the simplest illustration that I can make. You can never outgive yourself. Into now so should be about school in the expectations say obabe waro no aduane be maybe in expectations of obabe waro especially when it was gone on for maybe a year 2-3 years. Nani pano on said that make move bia o said that yes all the commitment now on me mama my excuse now. No, you have to be very, very careful in terms of opportunity cost. No, benevolent act nipa na so say mummy nbenya mo nti asese ade ye e de aboa ye ho no mo ahwe ba ko kwa kodim, and when it happens hands do not break even.
Hands do not break even because you know people but but okay now excellent point because I'll just add a little illustration onto the opportunity cost. Understand? Teacher niya or then the voice note SND. No one get hooker from high school kusi nursing school. Nursing training school. Now find so roughly was spending by 30,000 Ghana cedis. Just roughly. Maybe more, maybe a little bit less, but 30,000. And guy who a teacher new. And now obo modiana sa 30,000 no. Obo boano na adequate treasury bill for 4 years and I say for 6 years and can interest eba ho no. Sa interest we no can we tunda be before. And na say say akra na mobile money business ya be 30,000 minya can we tunda koto SIM card after 10 years. Second business in addition to teaching and I am. There are so many ways and can we must spend it 30,000 can be beneficial to you or to even your family. Instead of say obey spending or baso in the hope say oba wari odache. Yenka say emboa oba. Yenka say emboa obema. But say the kwesi kan. Ubetimi comfortable. As spending will be so emra won expect say oba ne be ware na bema ne be ware enu nti na we say papa ne dia then go ahead and do it. But she will trim say your commitment way we invest ewo we mu papa we mu ana branche we mu ana we invest or abayo we mu in the hope say oba ware odachi a eno ne ye kan wasem say the end result no is only 2. Is it that say 1? Of course, maybe what you expect will happen, which is marriage or whatever you want to get from it. But number 2 is Oba Rebecca Cho say on. And the number 2 has been proven to be high probability say Oba Rebecca later now Rebecca Cho say Oba Mempio Beam. I want a different woman. And now Oba Rebecca Cho Beman say because you would amazing you, maybe in nursing school, when you have a class. When you have a class, so yeah, she's going to move on to a better alternative.
Even to add more to that, I think again that also boils down to sir, you can't outgive yourself, you know. Bema, naturally you are born to lead, and the leader is supposed to show leadership qualities. And it is a so be leader na prun ko leader na wan hwe wa pre ebebubu. So in terms of opportunity goals, no, you should tread cautiously.
Yeah.
Don't go and assume certain responsibility adachi. The kind of expectation that you want. The question is, say amba waso beden ebe sheshe. Yeah, I say show be out. But won't develop, won't become valuable. In a sense, the more you are valuable, you have more options, right? The more you are valuable, you have more options. But who invest into the person more, now the person is not also pouring back into you. Then there is a question over there. Especially say no titu mo remu and now nyeska obi a minister, obi a bank, obi a MP. So no or why is coming my game na get any jana no and cannot because money will always come.
Yeah.
But como tena tech legona san cost ne fa obono.
Right. What cost fa?
And continue no anim koye masem no ho so yesa so na afia mansa tech kra no ma me omo brands no manya bia ma no sorry now go sleep over now koye nkunuane no you are hoping that life can take a twist in just a split second.
Yeah.
Where obi betime share obi ne oni ne be fall in love in a 3 months time be wa obi so be twi obi sa for 10 years. It can no man worry. That is why it's very important to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself and try to always go the extra mile when you know you can do that comfortably, in the sense that the expectation be a open be an samba crampona and how adewe kwabna me obi abodamu
Real.
I'm obi abodam.
There are so many instances young girls and young guys have committed suicide just because the guy has invested a lot and now the girl has moved on with a different guy. A guy be I don't know UCC or baby na on the girl na UCC obi. Na guy boy girl is so nyama sikasem help me finish my course. Maybe as na girl na actually another teaching assistant to be cry. I'm a guy necessary from cry. It just tells you that the outcome is already predicted. It's we a young guy we a young girl we are not saying say don't have fun. We are not saying that don't don't share what you have with your loved ones and friends. All that we are saying is tread cautious is a kind.
We really need to, especially we really need to create some sort of have some sort of advocacy be for young ladies, young men or who go through Sanyama way, and make a Caribbean mismatching the students says, oh a young guy. No one say girl you why only say gay you or feel or pel. In Sanyama way in Ayama. Be a big man crab ban in Chamba feel. She's bought into your vision, your future. But no, because of that, you are taking that as her weakness. And one day, karma is real. And similarly, Obana wa say, Ade bra you nibi, but miane ni eshenenum krana yidi amount. And sometimes inherently that the guy really loves you intina yes. But because of watching is mugubi na jini siked, now that you also share will be your class. And I say, no, in your class. One day, you might not have the effect there, but this a karma way is definitely real. So we really need to be cautious, especially when we know that the person is doing this and you are aware so because our expected BB I and them everywhere. University for Panama is hard in here. Invest, you are trying to find yourself. You are find yourself. You are going crazy because of a girl.
Episode where kasa hono. And you say bia bo gender biachi. There be.
Correct.
And you say bia bo memachi ana bo emachi. Beka so ema ungrateful. Ana say mema selfish. There be. A talk and a video about say who make informed decisions and I say who make decision ase odi akọ adwendwen mu egie ansana ade a opese otu anama no akoso atu anama video ne tofa bom no ene say expensive gifts I ton and my girlfriends more. The fact say what Tony and my man no does not guarantee say or ban be worry or that. The fact say one no be anima be man or con and chain we sin in yama or for Tony and my man no and so in say boy no eba be worry or that. But they also say to me say sacrifice yes sacrifice it and I invest no so per se and yama ejina ye ewo relationship mu a ewo se ohun se ewo se mutual say mutual dia ye ka say mutual be ma de ba oba de ba
so one can sometimes talking about it to make you free up your mind. So my who comments in na fe video ni se be bo bi so a share money panona ono so enhia bibi free mo tie for na ahwefo ene I know that topic is sometimes it's very difficult. Some it might offend you, some it might be, a liberating factor for you. Send your funny be no so decision lies on you. And then that for so we are going to also talk about another intriguing topic. And also Nipa Wibri FM1, they are just scared to talk about. Yeah, they send them dick and can say near man now be person become once. And no, I say, once you say, and until that for so you be share. But again, don't forget, if you or somebody has gone through this and you believe that this video will help them, feel free to share the video with the person. Let us all know what you went through in the comment section, and then it'll be asking.